What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. You saw the thumbnail, you saw the title. We're back. We're back with something that I have wanted my entire life, and it's something it's just become unbelievably difficult to find in decent condition for a decent price. And that is a Dodge Neon SRT-4. I have not had the opportunity to look this car over yet, so you guys are getting a first look with me. I picked this up from, I think it was in Pennsylvania, guys. They delivered it here, and I don't know what the deal is with these truck drivers, man. They just kind of drop stuff off like wherever. They just cockeyed in the middle of the road. They just throw these things wherever. This is the SRT-4 Dodge Neon, the turbocharged twin cam four banger manual transmission Dodge Neon. I've wanted one of these literally since they first came out. I've always been intrigued by the look. Now, I'll be the first to admit that I've always loved the Dodge Neon. I thought the Dodge Neon was just the greatest thing since sliced bread, and I know half of you are laughing at me right now, and the other half of you actually understand what I'm talking about. Now, this car is not in perfect condition. It's got like 120,000 miles on it, but it is a clean title example, sold on a red light, which means basically anything could be wrong with it. It may not run right, it may not drive, it may have a bad clutch. There are no guarantees at all on this car. And my high bid on this was way too high. I think you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I ended up paying $4,500 for a 128,000 mile. Excuse me, I was wrong. I thought it was 120. 128,000 mile Dodge Neon SRT-4. With the SRT-4, you get the heavily bolstered seats, you get the turbocharged engine, you get the manual transmission. It's actually in, as far as Dodge Neons are concerned, this is actually in pretty decent shape, guys. These things, half the time, the dashboards are busted, seats are ripped apart, the carpets are worn out, the door panels are coming apart. I mean, honestly, other than some bolster wear, to be expected for something older with high mileage, the seats are in good shape. The interior's actually in pretty good shape too. Let's check the back seat and we'll pop the hood because I'm dying to see if it's got any aftermarkets. One of the fun and interesting and quirky things about a Dodge Neon is not just the SRT-4s, but pretty much any Dodge Neon. You would get all kinds of great options, cruise control, all kinds of great stuff, right? Power windows, power locks. But then you get over to the back seats here and you'll find they've got crank windows. Yeah. Huh. Nice interior. You got the fold down seats so you can get into the back. Oh, is that coolant back there? Let's ignore that. Let's pretend we didn't even see that. I've got a couple key fobs for this. Let's pop the hood. And let's see if these key fobs open up the trunk here. I've got a couple sets. I got like 5 keys. That does nothing. All right, well, I've got another key fob right here, and worst case scenario, we got keys. Oh, key fobs literally do nothing. That's okay. We got a ton of keys, so let's just open the trunk and see what we've got back here. A lot of dirt. Ugh, okay. Coolant. That's good. Xerox Go5 by Valvoline. We got a spare tire that, well, I don't think you're going far on that. I don't know what are these? What is this? Like a front splitter? Or something? I don't know. Looks like a Klingon battle baton or something, you know, like, ha, ha. I don't know. If anybody knows what these are, well, let me know because I don't have a clue. All right. Moving around. Oh, you get this spoiler on the SRTs too. I just love that spoiler. I hate these lights. I think those lights are hideous. I really prefer the original lights that came with it. Anyway, you got some aftermarkets on the wheels, guys. You've got some, what are these? I don't even know. Anybody recognize that? Looks like an S, but it doesn't really say anything. Tires, it's got some. They got pretty good tread. I don't even see a name brand on them. May need to check the air pressure in these tires too. Do they match? It looks like that one says Edge. This one says Kelly Edge. That's a Kelly Edge. And then I'm assuming they match though. Yeah, Kelly Edge. These are, I can't even read that, guys. 2/25/40 18s. Date code of 2018. You know, she's definitely not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I mean, it is kind of a rare car, and it's something you just don't find these anymore, man. You know what I mean? A little high mileage. I already see some aftermarkets going on. In fact, I see a few aftermarkets going on. Let's start with somebody threw a, oh, is that broken? Does that just flop around like that? Okay, there's the turbo. It's got an aftermarket blow-off valve under the wastegate. I can see it. It's an aluminum billet aluminum wastegate, so that's aftermarket. So it probably makes pew pew sounds. Aftermarket breather. Yep. We got GMS Pro Street Super Performance Coil Pack with some steel solid core cable made in the good old US of A. This is a timing belt motor. Not to worry, I don't see any signs of a timing belt ever being changed in 128,000 miles, but that's fine because this is a non-interference engine, which means basically you can drive it till the timing belt falls off, and then you can just throw another timing belt on and you'll be good to go. Some aftermarket wires. Oh, that's a hose. That's a hose for boost pressure is what that is. Then you got another one that goes over here, probably to a boost controller. I mean, honestly, it actually looks pretty decent. You've got a aftermarket oil dipstick. It shows that it's full, so that's nice. If we could get it to go back in the hole, that would be great. Okay. I mean, there's no trans flow dipstick. Looks like the motor mount is definitely a little worn out. I'm really hoping that this isn't one I'm going to get burned on. I don't think. It's also missing. Wasn't there a black piece that bolts here? Like a black scoop thing that's missing as well? I don't think this is one that I'm going to get burned on, guys, unless there's something seriously mechanically wrong with it, because $4,500 for one of these, honestly, you guys are probably thinking for a Dodge Neon, that's crazy, but I'm here to tell you, these things are getting very rare. It's hard to find them in running and driving condition. This one, aside from a few minor blemishes, a few minor problems, you know, it actually looks pretty good. And, ow, it's hot. Holy crap. It's sitting in neutral, so that's great. It fires right up. You got multiple cup holders. 1, 2, 3. Does it have books? It does. Still has the original owner's manual. How about that? What's in here? Mod Air, okay. We've got rear defroster. We got the classic. Does this turn? Let's see if it works. Balance, fade, bass, treble. I'm curious. You know, I got to put my Deadpool Wolverine CD in, guys. Just see if the CD player works. Hopefully it doesn't eat it. There it goes. Please work. Please work. What's the first song? I'll be dang, it works. All right, let's pause it. Let's turn it off. CD player works. Hopefully it gives it back. We got a little SRT Pro Comp boost gauge. Let's hit the gas. Yeah, she makes noises. We've got no gas. Temperature's nice and cold. Brake. We got a brake light and an ABS light on right over here. That's perfect. E-brake seems to work. Brake pedal's got good pressure. And listen to it. Oh, she's got pops and bangs. Oh. Okay. Hey. Sounds pretty good. Steering seems to work. Air conditioning? I didn't hear the compressor. Uh-oh. Oh, it's going to be a hot drive. Wait. No. There it goes. Come on, please. Please tell me we got air conditioning. Let's get... There it is. Yes, we've got AC. That exhaust. That blow-off valve. It sounds good, guys. So you know what time it is? It's time to take on a drive. God, we're out of gas. Like, seriously. we are really out of gas. Let's reset the trip back to 0. You know the routine. We're going to take her on a 10-mile ride, and I'm gonna let it cool off in here for a minute, and we'll take her out and see what she can do. All right, guys, are we ready? Let's find out if we got a clutch. Ooh, that clutch is very strong. That clutch almost feels too good. That is, wow. Now, the clutch is not heavy, but it kicks in pretty quick. I mean, you barely let off, and she's into it. All right, we're gonna roll through some of this rough stuff over here, and we're gonna get out on the road. I also noticed it doesn't have a rear view mirror. Oh, I love the sound of this exhaust. It sounds really good. Not all riced out like some cars, you know what I mean? This one actually sounds pretty decent. All right. Here we go. First gear. Let's see if we got some boost going on here, guys. Oh, wow. Oh, she pulls. She pulls. 15 pounds? Wow. Wow. 15 pounds of boost? Forgive me, guys. I've never owned one of these. I don't know what the stats are on this car. I don't know what the horsepower, torque, 0 to 60. I assume it's not very impressive, guys. At the end of the day, it's a Dodge Neon. They put this exact same power plant in the Chrysler PT Cruiser. So, yeah. But this is the car that you wanted, man. You didn't want the PT Cruiser Turbo. You wanted the Dodge Neon SRT-4. I can't believe this thing is showing 15 pounds of 16. Wow. Wow. 16 pounds of boost. Oh. I am genuinely shocked right now that this car actually runs and drives very well. It was sold on a red light. For those of you that aren't familiar with auctions, red light is bad. Usually if a car is sold on a red light, it's because it has major mechanical problems. This is a clean title car. It's not salvaged, not wrecked. The Carfax report looked pretty good on it. We're cruising at 60. You did not get cruise control in this, surprisingly. It's holding the road great. Look at the steering wheel. I mean, horn works. It goes straight down the road. You know, it's not a perfect example of a Dodge Neon, right? It's not flawless. This isn't like a show car or anything. But hold on. Am I missing a gear here? Oh, she doesn't want to pop into 5th. Well, all right, we're just going to avoid overdrive for now. It feels like it's trying to go into 5th, but it's like the shifter is not quite reaching it. Either way, whatever, man. Still, this is a hell of a little car. Even if I end up having to change the transmission in it, which, let's be real, guys, I'm probably not going to change the transmission in this. Seriously, car is just not really worth it to me. Just something fun from the past. This is not something I'd be looking at sinking a bunch of money into. Take a look at our gauges. I'm doing about 60 at just under 3. If I get it up to about 65, let's hit it right around 65. We're cruising just a hair over 3,000 RPM. It's not too bad. I will address 5th gear issue, though. Obviously, I'd like to try to fix it if we can. That boost gauge, though, when it gets into boost, wow. It just... you can feel it, guys. When she gets into boost, man, it really starts pulling. All the gauges are looking good, except for, you know, the fact that I'm running out of gas. Yeah, I don't think we have 5th gear at all, guys, because I think it's in gear. We don't have 5th gear. So there's probably why it was on a red light. all right? It was hiding, and they don't tell you what's wrong with it. You know what I mean? They don't tell you anything. Air conditioning is ice cold. You already saw the important window worked, and less important window works. Drives straight down the road. Suspension, a little squeaky at lower speeds. Probably sway bar bushings would be my guess. Probably dried out, maybe dry rotted. But overall, it's a running and driving Dodge Neon SRT-4 for what I consider to be relatively cheap. Again, I know a lot of you are going to think that, you know, a Dodge Neon for $4,500 is insane, especially with 128,000 miles, especially on a red light, not knowing what's wrong with it. I'm going to say that for me, I feel like it was a good deal. I have no issue with this. Guys, you have any idea how tiny the transmission is in this car? Changing it is not a big deal. You know, you'll be able to find a transmission on eBay or carparts.com or something like that. Relatively cheap. And you could change this out easily in an evening. All right, I'm going to pull up in the shade just a little bit because it's hot out there. I'm going to pop the hood. We're going to take a look and see if we got any leaks or anything else going on. See, no, it's going into fifth. It is. I mean, we could check the linkage under the hood, but I'm certain. Oh, wait, it's grinding. So maybe it's not going into fifth. You hear it? No, it's like it's not reaching. Oh, there it is. There it is. Because I'm about to stall it. Yep, I stalled it. Okay, so it does have fifth gear. It does have fifth gear. We're just not reaching it. Maybe we need to adjust things under the hood a little bit. There's got to be something that needs to be adjusted to get that into fifth gear. That is great news, guys. I thought we had no fifth gear, and we do. So now I'm even happier. All right, I drug it out of the shade and brought it into the sunlight just so we could look at it a little bit closer. I'm going to pop the hood. I don't see anything that really stands out to me. There is a little bit of rust bubbles in the quarter here. Nothing severe, though. Nothing that looks crazy. Overall, it looks pretty good. There is a little bit of damage, like something bumped into the bumper here, cracked the paint a little bit. It also looks like the car was painted relatively recently. And while it's not a professional grade paint job, definitely not a show quality paint job, it actually looks pretty good, guys. I mean, there is some bird crap and bug guts on it, but I mean, you can kind of look at it. It doesn't look bad. We are missing the antenna as well. But aside from a few minor little things, this car actually doesn't look too bad, guys. And I don't even know what year it is. Why don't we take a look at that? Where is the sticker? I'm guessing it's like an 04, 03, 05, something like that. It is a 6 of 03. So she is a 2003 Dodge Neon, and I can add this to my lineup of SRTs, guys, because I have a Viper SRT-10 in red. I have a Challenger SRT, which is the Scat Pack 392. So I've got a 4-cylinder, an 8-cylinder, and a 10-cylinder SRT. Mopar, no car, guys. So after hammering on it and definitely pulling into the boost, nothing's leaking under the hood. Nothing making any funny noises. No leaks at all, no smoke. Not bad. I mean, I'm definitely excited to see what you guys think of the Dodge Neon, because I'm sure some of you are going to be like, you got totally ripped off, dude. I don't know. I like it, though. I do. I like it. I'd love to get fifth gear adjusted. This is just a cool little car that, in my opinion, didn't cost a whole lot of money. With that said, though, fires right back up. It's in better shape than Hoovie's Hellcat. I can tell you that. You know, you fix that ABS light and that brake light, right? And you got yourself a... Oh, yeah, it's out of gas. Dang it. I wonder if there's... See, I have no tags on this either. I didn't even put plates on it. Yeah, we should probably just turn around and try to get it back to the house. We've already driven 5 miles. And so far, I mean, there ain't really anything to complain about. It's got a few little quirks, but what, you know, used car doesn't? So I'm playing around with fifth gear again. I got it back into fifth. when I let off on the clutch, you can see it tries to die. See? So, 5th gear is there. It's just... did a little burn out there, guys. 5th gear is definitely there. Oh, wow. All right, let's... Oh, torque steer. Oh my. There's 50. Nope. Come on. Find 5th. I can't get it into 5th. Yeah, I can't get it into 5th once we're going. I mean, 4th gear is fine, but it's something we're going to need to figure out, guys. I love the sounds. I really enjoy the sounds this car makes. The torque steer is pretty crazy, and I love the little boost gauge. It's just whoop whoop whoop, whoop 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 whoop. So much fun. You guys probably think I'm faking it. I'm not. This is as crazy as it sounds. It's a little dream. Uh-oh, check engine light came on. Oh no. No. Oh man. Great. I shouldn't. That's what I get. I'm hoping that maybe it's got some headers on it. You know, and it's going to be like, oh, you know, catalyst below efficiency or whatever. That's fine. It's got boost. It gets up and goes. So I don't know. We'll run a diagnostic on it for sure. Try to figure out what's going on with it. Overall, though, man, I love this little car. This is one of those bucket list cars for me. Kind of a little dream come true. I've never been able to find one of these that was reasonably priced. Every time I find one, it's like, oh, it's never seen the rain, it's never seen the snow, it's never been washed, it's on its original tires, it's only got 5 miles on the odometer. You know what I mean? I'm exaggerating, but what I'm saying is that everybody thinks that they've got this special SRT-4. Their SRT-4 is the specialist and the most rarest. It's a one of one. It's kind of like guys in Corvettes. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's a Dodge Neon. Yes, it's a cool Dodge Neon. I absolutely love it. And I think, thus far, it's an absolute blast to drive. This thing is so much fun. If I wasn't holding the camera, I would be having a whole lot more fun with this car than I am right now. So to say that the Dodge Neon is a dream car come true, it seems almost ridiculous to say. But you have to remember, when this car came out, I was rather young and I didn't have any money. And something like this, I could never have imagined having a car like this. You know what I mean? Hell, half the time at that age, I didn't even have a car, guys. So a turbo Neon, this was like a dream come true for me. This one, and believe it or not, yes, the Chevy Cavalier Z24. That was another one that I just wanted so bad. I wanted a Z24 convertible, guys. Came with the twin cam, 4-cylinder with the weird mounted water pump and a manual transmission and the sports cluster gauges. I wanted one of those so bad, but this would have been my pick way over the Cavalier, because the Cavalier was a 2.4 liter naturally aspirated, and if I remember correctly, this is a 2.4 liter turbo. This one all day long. Oh, I don't care. I don't care. People can laugh at me if they want to. I love the Dodge Neon SRT-4. I don't love that the check engine light came on, and I don't love that it has no gas, but aside from that, I think it is a really cool looking car. This is something that most of you probably don't see driving around the streets anymore. I know I don't. I can't tell you the last time I've seen a SRT-4 Neon riding around. Now, the only thing that I'm missing from my SRT collection right now is the SRT-6. You're probably thinking, the who? The what? That's right, the Chrysler Crossfire SRT-6. It's a Mercedes-derived, basically, like a CLK 320 or an SLK. I think it's an SLK 320 is what it is. That's the only thing I'm missing. And those are about as rare as hen's teeth anymore, guys. So we made it back to the house. Roxy's on the porch. Check engine light is shining bright like a diamond. The good news is after 10 miles, exactly 10 miles, we have the same lights plus only 2 more. Check engine light, which it's running fine. A low fuel light, which we should probably address. The radio sounds pretty good. Actually really like it. I got my CD in. Yeah, that song, the intro to, guys, I'm gonna say it again. I love this movie. Like, I love this movie, I think, more than any movie I have ever seen in my life. I've seen it more times than any other movie. I absolutely love Deadpool versus Wolverine. Okay, so there was our ride. This is my $4,500 Dodge Neon SRT-4. Why don't we take a look around and see what else we've got sitting in this yard. You know what, guys? 5th gear is overrated anyway. It's not that important. Why don't we go into the garage after I let the dog in the house, and let's check out the SRT-10. Let's see what we got in here. Oh, yes, the SRT-10 Viper. This car, I am... Every time I say I'm going to sell it, I can't bring myself to sell it. I've been talking about selling this thing forever. It's my 2nd Viper ever. It's a 2005, and it's an insane car. It is truly an absolute, oh, it's locked, an absolute blast to drive. It gets looks everywhere it goes. People love to stop and talk about it, take pictures of it. It's a wonderful car. It's got 47,000 miles on the odometer, and I have done a lot of work to this car. I've done all of the work, all of the services that it was neglected on. I've done it all myself right here on the channel. Hopefully you guys have followed along and got to watch it, but I think I'm going to let that car go sometime here in the near future. Also, Bellinger headers and full exhaust for it. I think I'm going to go ahead and sell that separately, guys. I do. I was going to do a whole thing of putting this on the channel and installing it on the car, and it just doesn't make financial sense to me. I am currently trying to bid. In fact, I may have won it. I need to check my auction and see if they gave it to me, but I'm currently in negotiations on... No, they did not come back. As you can see, I'm looking at a 2022 Tesla Model S Plaid. All right, this is the 1,025 horsepower, 3-motor, 350-mile range, 0 to 60 in 1.99 seconds Tesla Plaid. All right, the price, $53,000 is what I've offered them. If we go to negotiate, they've countered me. They want $55,300. They can't sell this car, guys. I've been following this car for weeks, and they can't sell it. Nobody's buying these EVs anymore, okay? I mean, they'll buy them for the right price, but nobody's gonna give the guy $55,000. To put this into perspective for you, these cars are being sold on places like Carvana and Car Gurus and all CarMax. They're trying to sell them for like $64,000, $65,000. Same thing on Manheim. They're trying to get $65,000. I can get this. I could buy it now for $55,300 and I'd own it outright. But I really want to try to get a better deal on it, so I'm trying to get the Plaid for around $53,000. Here's the thing, though, guys. I just bought this car, plus I just bought that Neon. Plus, there's another car that's not even here yet. It's a police car that's been flooded. Another police car. So I just bought this for $27,000. I've got parts. I just spent $2,500 on wheels and tires. I've got so many parts. Here's a new carburetor, new AVS2 that needs to get installed, new air cleaners coming for it, probably new valve covers, air conditioning kit, hopefully coming from Vintage Air, CVF Racing, hopefully supplying the serpentine mount kit with the chrome air compressor. Like I've got so much getting ready to go in this car. LED headlights from Holley, LED parking lot lights, LED tail lights, flasher module, and then, I mean, there's still a long way to go. Weather stripping that we just installed on this door right here, but I haven't actually had the time to install the rest of it. So there's a lot more to go on that car. So my thought is, I gotta get rid of something, guys. I wish I could keep everything, but I can't. And this one This one I've got equity in. That's what it comes down to. You know, I've got equity in the Bel Air too, but I ain't selling that one. You guys don't think it's going to make it to Power Tour. That one is going to make it to Power Tour with tinted windows and air conditioning. Stay tuned. I guarantee you. So this one needs to go. You know, I probably owe $33,000, $34,000 on this car, and it should easily be worth $43,000 or so, and that's what I'm looking for. Brand new Michelin tires, new coils, new plug wires, new plugs, new intake manifold gasket, new serpentine belt, new upper and lower radiator hose, new oil cooler lines, all fluids changed with AMSOIL, including the clutch and the brakes and the coolant and the oil and the rear differential and the transmission. It's all power steering fluid, all of it. All of it's been done. Those tires are Michelin Pilot Sports. Those were extremely expensive, not cheap. New windshield wipers, which were a bear to find. I've put a lot into this car. I really did intend to keep it, but I don't think I can because I really want that plaid. And I want you to think about it for a second. Yes, it's a gas car, but guys, I have plenty of other gas cars that are really fun. This one rarely gets driven, and it's not exactly the easiest car to drive. It's low to the ground, difficult to get in and out of. It's kind of a bear, all right? And it's a kind of hot inside. Now, I can sell this exhaust. I paid 42 something was the cost, plus there was taxes and whatever else. So I probably got about $4,500 in the exhaust, so I'm probably going to take a loss on that, sell it for maybe a couple grand, make $2,000 to $3,000. But I have plenty of other cars that I can still play with, including my 2013 Tesla P85 Model S, which is sitting at the other house. If you need more gasoline cars that are a lot of fun, I mean, I've got a 2000 fixed roof coupe Chevy Corvette LS1 with a 6-speed manual transmission. It's just sinking into the weeds, man. This car doesn't even get started anymore, it just sits here. Sitting next to it is a car that I actually have driven quite a bit, and it has become one of my favorites. My 2016 Challenger Scat Pack, the SRT-392 with the shaker hood, lowered suspension, aftermarket wheels. I love this car. You've got the Alcantara interior. You got the fake red carbon fiber. Look, love it or hate it, man, it just is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I love this car. Another SRT 6.4. You got the air-conditioned seats and everything as well, which is really nice. Honestly, pretty nice car for 134,000 miles and for being a 2016. Quite a bit of miles on it, no warning lights at all. You can see the fuel economy, maybe right there is 22.3 miles a gallon. No joke. I get over 22 miles a gallon in a car that's 500 horsepower. Now, from the factory, this was 485 horsepower, but try to remember, guys, this car is not stock, all right? It's got an ATI super damper. Yeah, I don't know. BBK performance, it's got long tube headers, no more catalytic converters. This intake is all factory as far as I can tell. Nothing's changed with it, but I think with the long tube headers and no catalytic converters, straight exhaust, and obviously the tune that it has, being the shaker package as well, 485 from stock, it should now easily, with long tubes, be sitting into the 500s. I would say an easy 500 horsepower from this 6.4 liter Scat Pack. No Hemi tick. Hear that? Powered by SRT. Again, it's just one of my, it's become one of my most favorite cars, mainly because of how versatile it is. You know, cars like this, they're great, but let's be real. Most people aren't out trying to daily drive a Corvette, put their groceries in it and everything. This is a fixed roof coupe, which means you don't get that nice hatch, that glass that comes all the way back where you can open and fit so much stuff in. Instead, you got this little trunk, kind of like a convertible is really what it's like. There's very limited space, low to the ground. This thing, it's a big car. It's a really big car, and it loves to eat. You feed it the throttle, man, and she'll just eat. You got the big Brembo brakes, rotors, calipers. Such a sharp looking car, crazy sounding exhaust. Of all the cars that I have, this is one of my most favorites, just because I can use this to go get groceries. I can drive this conservatively, have a little fun with it, and still get 22 miles a gallon. It's kind of hard to beat it. And remember, guys, I've had Hellcats. I've had 2 TRXs. I had a Hellcat Red Eye wide body, and I had a regular Hellcat, both Challengers. So I can speak on this subject because I have experience. I actually bought those cars with my own money. Those cars are great. Hellcats are wonderful. All right, they are so much fun. The problem is, though, is they get zero fuel economy. You know, you get no gas mileage, which if you're buying a Hellcat or a TRX, you're not really concerned with fuel economy. If you're buying an SRT 392, probably not concerned with fuel economy, but it is just one of those things that it's like, man, I can race around and play with this car and have fun, and I can still manage overall to get 22 miles a gallon while I'm doing it with a crazy sounding stereo system. So, you know, and the air-conditioned seats, heated steering, all that stuff, man. This is just that Alpine system. You know what I mean? It's just one of those cars that I have absolutely fallen in love with. And if I had to pick today 2 cars that I could keep out of all of my collection right now, it would be this one, and it would be my 57 Chevy Bel Air at this point today. With that said, I think that's about it. We do have the bus that I need to do something with here soon. The Saab is not mine. That belongs to Monkey Wrench Mike. The motorcycle I moved out of my shop so I could have some more space. We do have the little white Geo Metro. This thing, it does not run. It's basically, it's an abandoned car that I bought for $125 is what this one was. Got a little concerned when it showed up because it had an engine in the passenger seat. Door doesn't open. It's real bad, guys. It's real bad. But we're gonna try to get this running at some point. Somebody thought my yard was a great place to throw some garbage, so we'll pick that up. We also have the police cruiser right here. This is my 2017 Ford Explorer all-wheel drive ex-police car, and this is one that I absolutely love driving it. It's a great parts runner, you know, a car to go get stuff, throw stuff in, not worry about, and a car that gets people's attention and generally speaking gets people to act right, especially when they're coming up and down this street. Instead of speeding and flying through, they tend to slow down when they see this. Then we got one more little Geo that I kind of hid in the back. We'll take you over there and show it to you real quick. So hiding out over here behind the trees is, you know, yeah, another one. I believe this one I paid like $250 for. Another Geo Metro LSI convertible. This one is actually my favorite, mainly because in the last video we were able to get it to run. So that's promising. The other one, no, not so much. This one I think has 3 flat tires, a completely destroyed convertible top. The front end's been crashed. You know, it's, yeah, that tire's flat. Front 2 tires are off the wheels, but what it's got going for it is it's a manual transmission, 3-cylinder, manual transmission, and it's an AC car. So yes, you've got air conditioning and a stick shift. Oh, and it has a battery. The battery's no good, but I mean, it has a battery. I need to get on ordering some tires for this. I'm gonna go ahead and order a set of, yeah, the doors never open on these. I'm gonna order a set of tires for this car. And can we just, yeah, it's full of dirt and other things that I don't really want to know what they are. Somewhere, there's the hood latch. I was literally shocked that I was able to put a jump start on this car and it fired up. I did not expect that at all, especially with all the spider webs and everything under the hood, leaves. It's just, it's rough, but this is actually a running and driving little 3-cylinder Geo Metro LSI convertible, smashed windshield. But I am going to get a set of tires for this one because we know it runs. I want to get some tires on it, and we're going to maybe vacuum it out, pressure wash it, clean it up, and take it for a drive here really soon. So stay tuned for that. I'm showing you all of these cars because a lot of people that watch these videos are new to the channel. They haven't seen the videos before, and this is my way of showing them what we are working on and what they can expect to see from me in the future if they decide to subscribe to the channel. Now I got to get out here and do some mowing, which means I got to move a lot of cars around and trailers and other things of that nature. My yard has gotten out of control, but we're going to end the video properly with the Dodge Neon, my little SRT-4, the newest car to the collection. Stay tuned for my Crown Victoria Police Interceptor flood car with a locked up engine that we're going to try to bring down here. I got it for $200. It is not here yet, but it will be delivered soon. It's $200 for a Panther platform Crown Vic Police Interceptor. And I think we're going to try to get that motor unlocked and back to running again. Tell me what you think of the Neon. Do you think it was a good deal, or you guys think maybe I actually paid too much for this one? I'll be honest with you, I'm happy with the car, even without fifth gear. Nobody needs fifth gear anyway, just running fourth, you'd be fine. Hopefully in the future we can get fifth gear figured out. Maybe we can find this little hood scoop. I think that would make it look good. Maybe replace the antenna that's missing. Will I keep this one? Probably not. This is one I'll probably end up sending down the road after I make a few videos, have a little bit of fun with it. And also, the Viper is definitely going to be going down the road. So if anybody's ever wanted a Viper and you got the money for it, I'm talking $43,000, guys. No trades, no BS. The car belongs to me. It's in my name, okay? So this is not a dealership car. So I can absolutely sell it to the public. So I'm offering it to anybody out there that may be interested in it first, before I decide to send it to auction. With that, I'm going to get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.